let's start. How are you, Tulsi Manjari? Who else is joined? Suraj. Oh, Suraj, very nice to have you, Suraj. You're grown up now. You've graduated and came to Madhava, right? Aren't you? Suraj?
1 minute, Mataji. Give him a minute or two because after school he was just napping, so I will wake him up.
Oh, then how? What time again he will go back, Mataji, to sleep, and then it won't be difficult for him to.
It's 5:15, 5:19 right now. So for us it is.
Okay, you have a lot of time for a sleep.
Okay.
Nice, Mataji. Nice to see Suraj in Madhava class. So we'll start the class with the prayers. Suraj also will be joining us soon. Okay. I want everybody to be unmuted. Tulsi Manjari, please unmute yourself and start the prayers with me. Vrinda, can you also do prayers with me, please? Yes. Om Ajnana
Chakshurum militam yena tasmai shri guruve namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nishesha Shunyavadi Paschcha Deshatarine.
Jai Shri
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Okay, let's all chant 21 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra. One person will be chanting on unmute. I request Smriti or Tulsi Manjari, any one of you can go to chant louder Hare Krishna and everybody else will chant on mute. Who wants to go?
Mantaji, could I go?
Yes, Smriti, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Smriti. That was wonderful chanting, and chanting with you make me very happy. Moving on to the revision part. Last week, what sloka we learned? Is anybody remember that sloka? what Mataji has taught you all? Smriti, did you remember the sloka what Mataji taught you?
Yes, Mataji. Isn't this the one that's on the screen, the 70?
Do you know the sloka recitation of it and translation? Can you do that to me?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Yajante satvika devanyaksharaksasmi rajasaha pretan bhutaganaamschanye yajante tamasajanaha.
Wonderful. Do you want to say the translation?
Yes, Mataji. Men in the mode of goodness worship the demigods, those in the mode of passion worship the demons, and those in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and spirits. Thank you, Mataji.
Wonderful. So who wants to recite last week's sloka? Sabir, do you want to try? Sabir? Okay. Tulsi Manjari, do you want to try? Okay, let's move to Balavrinda. Balavrinda, can you say this one?
Yajante sadvika devaya ksharam shasvirajasam netan bhutvaganam shane yajante damasajana.
Can you read the slow translation here?
Men in the mode of goodness worship the demigods. Those in the mode of passion worship the demons, and those in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and spirits.
Very nice. Thank you. Is there anybody who would like to recite for me this verse? Mukund has joined. Mukund, would you like to recite? Last week's verse. Okay, Tulsi Manjari, go ahead.
Yajante satvika devan yaksharaksham rajasa pretan bhutaganamshanye yajante tamasa janaha.
Thank you. Would you like to recite the translation? It's very important for us to know the translation. That's why I'm asking everybody to recite it. Can you read it for me, please?
Okay, Mataji. Men in the mode of goodness worship the demigods. Those in the mode of passion worship the demons, and those in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and spirits.
Very nice. Thank you, Tulsi Manjari.
Thank
And now, Kabir, Mukund. Okay, Kabir and Mukund, one more time. Would you like to do it? Okay, I think Mukund has lost his connection. Okay, let him come back. Today's verse, we are seeing 17.16. Let's recite each line 3 times. Mana prasada saumyatvam. Mana prasada saumyatvam. Mana prasada saumyatvam. Maunamatma vinigraha. Maunamatma vinigraha.
Maunamatma vinigraha.
Maunamatma vinigraha.
Maunamatma vinigraha.
Bhavasamsiddhir ityetat.
Bhavasamshrutityetat.
Bhavasamsiddhir ityetat.
Bhavasamshrutityetat.
Bhavasamsiddhir ityetat.
Bhavasamshrutityetat.
Tapo manasamuchyate.
Tapomanasamuchyate.
Tapo manasamuchyate.
Tapomanasamuchyate.
Tapo manasamuchyate.
Tapomanasamuchyate.
Okay, 2 lines together I'm trying to recite. Mana prasada saumyatvam maunamatma vinigraha.
Mana prasada
Tam maunamatma vinigraha.
Mana prasada saumyatvam maunamatma vinigraha.
Mana prasada saumyatvam maunamatma vigraha.
Mana prasada saumyatvam maunamatma vinigraha.
Mana prasada saumyatvam maunamatma vinigraha.
Bhavasam siddhirikyetat Vityetat tapo manasamuchyate.
Bhava samshuddhiritetat tapomanasamuchyate.
Bhavasam siddhirikyetat tapo manasamuchyate.
Bhava samshuddhiritetat tapomanasamuchyate.
Bhavasam siddhirikyetat tapo manasamuchyate.
Bhava samshuddhiritetat tapomanasamuchyate.
Wonderful. Now everybody can take turn to recite this sloka. So that way we will at least 3 people. Okay. Suraj, go ahead. Are you there, Suraj?
Yes, Mataji.
Go ahead.
Mana prasada samyat yam manama atma vinigraha pavasam sundari eta tapo samam uchate.
Wonderful, Suraj. Wonderful. Okay. Next we have Tulsi Manjari raised hand. Go ahead, Tulsi Manjari.
Mana prasada saumyatvam maunamatma vinigraha bhava samshuddhiritetat tapomanasamuchyate.
Wonderful, Tulsi Manjari. I feel like dancing with your voice. Okay. Smriti, go ahead.
मनप्रसाद सौम्यत्वं मौनमात्मा विनिग्रहः भावसंसिद्धिरित्येतत् तपो मानसमुच्यते.
Wow, Smriti, that is very easy, right? Very easy sloka. Just by reciting 3 times, we got it. Are we? Did we all got it?
Yes, Mataji.
Wonderful. Who is that Bhakti Sangha?
मनप्रसाद सौम्यत्वं मौनम् आत्मनि विनिग्रह भावसंशुद्धिरित्येतत् तपो मानसमुच्यते.
Thank you, Preeti Vilasni Mataji. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, what's the translation? Who would like to read the translation for me? Okay. Smriti, go ahead and read the translation.
Thank you, Mataji. And satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, and purification of one's existence are the austerities of the mind. Thank you, Mataji.
Wonderful. So we are seeing some qualities, right? So those qualities, if you have, that means that we are doing some austerities to the mind. That means we are trying to work on our mind. Mind is like a wind. It just goes here and there. When we try to control that mind, that is called austerity. And how we can control that mind. And when the mind is controlled, what kind of qualities we develop, that we are going to see in this verse. So first one is gravity in thoughts. So that is what we are going to discuss. Is there anybody who would like to read this paragraph for me? Advait, anybody who did not get a chance to read before?
Mataji, can Advait go?
Go ahead, Advait.
Okay. The best training for the mind is gravity in thought. One should not deviate from Krishna consciousness and always avoid sense gratification to purify one's nature. Is to become Krishna conscious. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Advait. That was wonderful. What is gravitational force? Can anybody explain me? You all are very good science students, right? You all know better than me. What is gravitational force? Nobody?
Mataji, gravitational force is the force that moves us down so that we don't keep floating in the air.
Yeah, yes, right. So that is what called gravitational force. So then what is Krishna conscious gravitational mind means? What is that means? So the mind usually tend to go here and there, everywhere, right? I just want to smell this very, very nice smell, very nice aroma. Where from it's coming? I just want to see this. I just want to see that cartoon movie, right? We keep on thinking on all these objects, sense objects. Oh, I just want to taste this. I just want to hear this. I just wanted to touch this. It's all like mind is going everywhere. So then what happens? Mind is not in a control. Right? How do we get into control? That too by practicing Krishna consciousness. Like we have a nice example of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada came from India to Western world, right? When he came to Western world, there is so much of sense gratification around him, right? He could have nicely enjoyed everything, but then what did he do? Did he enjoy? Srila Prabhupada came here to enjoy? What's the answer? No, right? Yeah, so that is a gravity mind. Gravity mind is means like we are trying to control the mind by practicing Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada was never behind all of this sense gratification which is around here, but he was always trying to be Krishna consciousness. Not only that, he was Krishna consciousness, he was giving Krishna consciousness to everyone around him, right? He made everyone Krishna consciousness. He made ISKCON to be spreaded to all over the world, right? So can anybody read this quote here? Here in this.
Mataji, can Advait read?
Yes.
However, every
Hammer.
every thought in your mind thinking of how to serve Krishna. Mataji, last year I put this quote in my presentation.
Oh, okay. I don't remember. Okay. Yes. See, how do we control our mind? By putting all the thoughts of Krishna consciousness in our mind. So that way we are not deviated. We are not getting attracted to this sense gratification. When we don't get this attraction for the sense gratification, that way we can always concentrate on Krishna. How can we do? By practicing every day, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by following the 4 regulative principles, by associating with the devotees. That way we can always connect to Krishna, and all these sense objects can be concentrated on Krishna instead of other things, right? So that way we are not stopping these sense objects to be silent, but we are using them for Krishna consciousness. I smell tulsi leaf, I see Krishna, I taste nice prasadam, I hear about Krishna, right? That way we are engaging our senses in a proper way, and we are also making our mind to engage in Krishna consciousness instead of other sense gratification, like how Srila Prabhupada taught us to do. Moving on to the next quality, satisfaction of the mind. How we can get this satisfaction of the mind? Anybody else can read this?
Mataji, can I read? This is Mukund.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Mataji. Satisfaction of the mind can be obtained only by taking the mind away from thoughts of sense enjoyment. The more we think of sense enjoyment, the more the mind becomes dissatisfied. In the present age, we unnecessarily engage the mind in so many different ways for sense gratification, and so there is no possibility of the mind's becoming satisfied. The best course is to divert the mind to the Vedic literature, which is full of satisfying stories, as in the Puranas and the Mahabharata. One can take advantage of this knowledge and thus become purified. Hare Krishna.
Nice. Very nice. So here, how can we get satisfaction in the mind? By participating in Krishna consciousness, by engaging these senses in Krishna consciousness. What is the sense gratification? Sense gratification is like itching. You keep, what is the problem of itching, right? When you get itch, you itch. And then what happens? The blood will come out from the place where you are itching. Even though it is giving some satisfaction, when you are itching, you feel that, you feel like relaxation, but then what's happening? There is pus coming out of from there and blood coming out of from there. When Vrinda was very small, she had this lot of eczema problem. She used to keep itching, 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 and then at the morning when she wakes up, it's all blood on her face. Yes, when she eats, she feels satisfied, but then what's the result? The blood is coming out. So sense gratification is also like that. When we try to satisfy our senses by doing all this unnecessary activities. Okay, today I might feel happy by watching a movie or by going out and eating in a restaurant, but then later it's going to trouble me. It's not going to be satisfied. One day, 2 day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, I feel bored about it. And I also feel distressed. Why am I doing this repeatedly? There is no satisfaction. We as a soul, we should connect to Krishna. But if you are not connecting to Krishna, there is no scope of satisfaction within us. There is no scope, because the real satisfaction is serving Krishna. And there is this story of Yayati in Srimad Bhagavatam. This Yayati, he wants to become very young, like his son's age, and he wanted to enjoy everything. But the end of the day, what happened? He was not able to. He was not able to feel any happy. He then later renounced everything and left everything. He understood that this is not the aim of the life. So the sense gratification is like that. Then how can we control our mind to not to divert from the sense gratification? Not to go towards the sense gratification, or how to make our mind satisfied to do something which is Krishna consciousness. How can be mind satisfied? That is only through the Vedas. That's when the mind is satisfied. Not only for us, for everybody in humankind, everyone get satisfied by by reading these Puranas. How even you see that Parikshit Maharaj, right? He was having this hearing Krishna Katha for 7 days, 7 nights without eating, eating, sleeping, and everything. Nothing, right? He was just keep hearing Krishna Katha. He was not saying I am hunger. He was not saying I am thirsty. He's full of satisfied, right? One second. Is full satisfied. So that is what the Krishna Katha makes. That is what the Puranas, the Mahabharata, all of this will help us to be satisfied satisfied of mind. Okay, that's how the main satisfaction comes, not through sense gratification. Today we might do it, tomorrow we feel again problem. Again we feel dissatisfied. The law of diminishing marginal utility, I remember from the school days that when I studied economics. So it's like that, sense gratification is like that. First it will be too high. Oh, I'm enjoying. Towards the end, you will drop the interest for it, because there is no pressure. There is no pleasure, that happiness, that real satisfaction is not there for us when you do sense gratification. But when you do Krishna Katha, when you hear Krishna Katha, that satisfaction is there for us. So that's how we can satisfy our mind. Then next one. Can anybody read this one for me?
Mataji, can Tulasi read? Mataji, can Tulasi read?
Yes, go ahead.
The mind should be devoid of duplicity, and one should think of the welfare of all. Silence means that one is always thinking of self-realization.
Yes, very nice. Very nice. What is it saying? Duplicity, right? What is called duplicity? Can anyone explain? Last time, I think this
I didn't have the right paper. Mottam Vippa.
comes. Smriti answered very nicely to Lalitangi Mataji. Do you want to explain, Smriti, what is duplicity means?
Mataji, I think duplicity means that one should not.
Your volume is very low. Can you come closer a little bit?
Mataji, can you hear me?
Yes, but then it's low. Then continue.
Uh, Now can you hear me, Mataji?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Mataji. So one should not always think that they are on the top of the world and that they're always they're going to be the best. And the duplicity means that one should always think like they should not say one thing to someone and saying, "Oh, I think you're very good," but then really they're throwing insults to them on their back. Just in the mind, they're throwing insults, but to them they're saying, "Oh, very good, very good. You've done a very good job." Like in that picture, it's just duplicity, and that man, he has the two heads, and in one side he's saying good job, and the other side he's throwing insults. Thank you.
Yes, that is correct, Smriti. Thank you so much for saying double mind, right? In front of everybody, oh, you're so sweet, you're so nice, and then go back and you speak something else. So that is called duplicity. And that if you don't have that, that is called simplicity. That we can only achieve by practicing Krishna consciousness. In Krishna consciousness, we are being taught that not to offend any devotee, not to have any ill feeling to others, right? And also there is one more thing to it. If sometimes we say that, like, I wanted to share something and you listen to me, you'll become good, and I will tell all these secrets, how do you get nice scores in the class. But then what do? You don't tell everything, and you just keep the secret for you, and then you try to act like as if like you are helping the other person, but then you don't really help them. So that is also one kind of duplicity, right? You're try pose it in front of everyone that you are helping the other person, but then you are really not helping them. So the positive side of this is, what is that? Is simplicity and having a love and care for others. And actually, they, from the bottom of their heart, they want to help someone. That is done by whom? The sages in Naimasaranya, right? They all were doing what they were doing. What they were doing? They were doing in Naimasaranya the sacrifices, right? They were doing sacrifices, and then what happened? Sutta Goswami came and gave Bhagavatam. So that's how the Bhagavatam is helping to give everyone uh, helping everyone to get rid of this all the problems, and it is going to help not only a single person but everyone, right? That way we will get happiness in our life. So simplicity means spirituality, that, and also that simplicity means not having any duplicity, not having any double-minded in our thoughts. Okay, we are saying you're a good person, but at the same time, again, I'm thinking, oh, she's very bad. That is not the one we are having here. A devotee is supposed to not have that. How can we not have that when we think that everybody is a part and parcel of Krishna? These teachings that Srila Prabhupada has given us make us go higher in our thinking thoughts. And so that way we will be a good person, and we can make others also to be a good person around us. Can anybody read this slide?
Mataji, can I read it?
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
Control of the mind. The person in Krishna conscious observes perfect silence in this sense. Control of the mind means detaching the mind from sense enjoyment. One should be straightforward in his dealings and thereby purify his existence. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So how can we control our mind? Um, we see always these yogis, what they do, they try to control the mind in a different ways. They wanted to be silent. They wanted to sit in posture and try to do some yoga and all this. Okay, let me be silent. Let me be controlled. I don't want it to involve in anything. Okay, then let's close my door and sit silently. Is it possible? It's not possible, right? If you ask me to sit for close my eyes and sit for 5 minutes, I'll be slowly opening my eyes and seeing what's happening around me. This is not possible. Here in Krishna consciousness, we say controlling the senses means it's not stopping the senses. It's diverting the senses to the other path. Actually, in this material world, everybody is trying to enjoy their senses in having material things. But then we say We don't go through the material side. We try to be in a spiritual side. We use all these material things, but when we use it for the Krishna service. So that is called the perfect silence in Krishna consciousness. Silence means not to speak or like control your senses, not like that. Silence means to the sense gratification. We are not going towards the material side. We are only to the spiritual side. We don't deal anything with the material. Okay, if something is coming towards us, okay, we avoid them. We don't try to go and know about more things or disturb our mind, disturb our Krishna consciousness. Like here we see this quote, right? Working for Krishna is the ultimate perfection of all the activities. We are not stopping here any activities in our day-to-day life. We are doing all the activities, but we are keeping Krishna in the center, right? Like this person, see here, this person is eating everything that is coming around him. He's just enjoying everything. He's not thinking of anything. He's just wanted everything. He want to eat meat, he want to drink, he want to do all those things. And look at his face is very ugly, and look at this person, a devotee, he is also enjoying everything, but then everything in Krishna consciousness, always having mind in Krishna consciousness, whatever we are doing, but we are concentrating our mind only in Krishna conscious thoughts. Who is the best example of that? There is a picture in the slide. Who wants to say that? You can see the picture on the slide. Who is the best example who always thinks about Krishna?
Prahlad Maharaj.
Yes, Prahlad Maharaj, right? Prahlad Maharaj was in so many difficulties, so much of difficulties. Hiranyakashipu had put him in lot of troubles. But then what he's always thinking? He's always chanting Krishna's name. So he knows that Krishna is the only protector. Nobody else can protect him. And when he was one pointed attention to only towards Krishna, all the problems have run away, right? Whatever situation, look, there were so many snakes around him, and there is a fire around him. But still, he was continuously thinking about Krishna. That way, he would able to gain the love of Krishna, and he was able to solve all his problems on the path of Krishna consciousness by constantly thinking about Krishna, right? So this way, all these qualities together, when we do, like when we control our mind, when we try to be simplicity and everything, all of this, as in the translation says, then that way we will become closer to Krishna. So can anybody read this one quote by Srila Prabhupada? Hare Krishna.
Mataji, can I read?
Yes, go ahead.
Who feels humble and meek has the door for the kingdom of God open for him or her.
Yeah, when we have all those qualities, and what happens, then we get closer to Krishna. Krishna is opening his doors for all of us, and he's going to take us back to Krishna, back to him. So that's the today's verse. We will just do one-time translation and sloka. And if there is any questions, we can take. Can anybody do the sloka once?
Mataji, can I say the sloka?
Yes.
Mana prasada samyatvam maunamatma vinigraha bhava samsiddhirityutat tapo manasamuchyate. Thank you, Mataji.
Can you read the translation?
Yes, Mataji. And satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, and purification of one's existence are the austerities of the mind. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Is there anybody having any doubts in this sloka? Okay, today we did not have Kahoot, but then we can play this synonym game. Are you all ready to play? Or what is the time now?
For me, it's 8:55.
I think for me it's 8:53, but I think for 7:53.
Okay. Okay, we can just quickly play this game one time, and then we can close the call. We can do one chakal, okay? Okay, austerity. What does austerity mean?
Tapa.
Tapa, very nice. Shamshuddhir. Samsudhi, sorry.
Purification.
Purification, very good. Mana prasadha,
Satisfaction of the mind.
mind.
Satisfaction of the mind.
Yes. Bhava,
Of
Of
one's
one's nature.
one's own nature. Being without duplicity towards others.
Saumyatvam.
Saumyatva means simplicity, right? Manaha. Oh, Manaha is not there. Okay. Maunam,
Gravity.
gravity. Okay. Of the mind,
Manasam. Manasam.
very good. Uchyate,
Is said to be.
said to be. Very nice. Okay. Thank you. So we will do Vanchakalpa here. I don't know if you all understood this sloka, but then definitely Mataji also will do the revision once before we go to the next verse. Okay, I would like to offer my obeisances. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all little Madhava kids ki jai. Thank you everyone for joining today's class. Nice to have a session with all of you. Have a good night. Meet you on next Tuesday. Don't forget to join us. Bye.
Thank you, Mataji.
Bye. Hare Krishna.
Bye.